Today's video was made possible by Squarespace. Hey guys, Jonathan here with TLD. Hope you guys are doing awesome. I am back with an unboxing and performance demo of the just released 2013 13-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display. I do plan on putting this thing through its paces and more thoroughly testing it out. So if you are interested in the review, definitely feel free to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out. Now, I'm sure many of you guys have seen your share of MacBook Pro unboxings, but just in case you haven't or you're still interested, aside obviously from the MacBook Pro itself, which we will set to the side for a second, you get a Designed by Apple in California box, which includes a quick start guide, which will give you the basic rundown of all the important information you need. You then get the MacBook Pro important information guide, which includes information on your warranty and things like that. Following that is the always awesome Apple stickers, and I'm actually curious to see who has the most Apple stickers, so let me know with a comment down below how many Apple stickers you have. And following that, you get an Apple cleaning cloth to wipe all them fingerprints off your shiny new Retina display. You then get a MagSafe 2 power brick to, of course, juice up the MacBook Pro, and you also get an extension cord, which surprisingly enough, not everybody knows what this is for. So what you do is pop this piece off right here, attach the extension cord, and bam, you can charge your MacBook Pro from across the room. Now with any MacBook unboxing, the first thing I generally like to do is perform a boot up speed test. These new MacBook Pros do feature PCI Express flash storage, so they should be pretty fast. And as you can see, we clocked in at just over 14 seconds, not bad at all. Next up is the Blackmagic Hello Sparkly Shiny Stuff in OS X Mavericks that lets me know I installed a new application. Sparkly distractions aside, back to the test, you can see we're getting over 300 megabytes per second on the write side of things and over 700 megabytes per second on the read speed side of things, so that is very impressive. Now yesterday I got a few comments on Instagram that some of these tests look wrong, they've seen faster results, and from what I've gathered, if you pick up the 128 gigabyte flash storage model, they have slower write speeds, whereas the 256 gigabyte and above will feature read and write speeds around 700 megabytes per second each. Now, before anyone worries or panics, that's not necessarily a bad thing or a deal breaker on the write speeds. Most of the things that you use your MacBook Pro for will require read speeds. So booting up your computer, loading applications, and then accessing those files, those are all affected by read speeds. Now, write speeds, on the other hand, affect things like transfer speeds or writing video or photos to disk. But chances are, if you are doing things like that, you're going to want a bigger flash storage SSD anyways. So in a nutshell, if you do pick up the 128 gigabyte model, those speeds are still very impressive, so don't feel like you got ripped off. You just get even more performance if you jump up to the higher capacity flash storage model. Now the model I am looking at here is the baseline model, which comes configured with a Haswell-based 2.4 GHz dual-core i5 CPU, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of PCI Express storage, like we just talked about. You can actually configure this up to 1 terabyte, but that will punch your wallet in the face. You then get Intel Iris integrated graphics, and Apple is claiming 9 hours of battery life, which I will investigate and report back to you guys on the full review. So as far as what all those numbers and specs mean in terms of actual performance, in my preliminary test in Geekbench 3, the 64-bit edition, we got a multi-core score of 6300 and a single-core score of 2943. Now I am trying to get my hands on the previous generation 2012 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro for performance comparisons. So if you guys are interested in seeing something like that, definitely let me know by hitting that like button and I will do my best to make that happen, Captain. Now, like I talked about, this does feature an absolutely beautiful Retina display, 2560 by 1600. So at normal viewing distances, there are no discernible pixels. Now, believe me, checking this out through a YouTube video does not do it justice by any means. So before anybody knocks it, see if you can check it out in person for yourself and you'll see what I mean. Once you see Retina, it's kind of hard to go back to anything non-Retina. It is absolutely gorgeous. Next up, moving on to the ins and the outs. On one side of the MacBook Pro, we have the MagSafe 2 power input connector, 2 Thunderbolt 2 ports, a USB 3.0 port, a headphone jack which also doubles as an audio out port, and next to that, those 2 little dots are actually dual microphones. On the flip side, there's not a whole lot going on, but we get a single SDXC card slot, an HDMI out, which is very awesome, and the second USB 3.0 port. These MacBook Pros also do feature 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0. You then, of course, have the backlit keyboard, the multi-touch glass trackpad, stereo speakers, and a 720p FaceTime HD camera. So that pretty much wraps up the unboxing. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did and you are feeling like being awesome, you guys know what to do. Now, if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to support the channel, definitely show some love to Squarespace for making this video possible. Now, if you guys have been looking to set up your own website or tech blog, for example, Squarespace is probably the simplest and easiest way to do that. They have over 20 killer looking templates where you literally just drag and drop your content in. You can also tweak it if you like. It is optimized automatically to look good, and it doesn't matter if it's your desktop, tablet, or smartphone. They feature awesome 24/7 support based out of New York City, and pricing starts out at just $8 a month with a free domain if you sign up for a year. So again, if you guys have been looking to start your own website or tech blog, this is an extremely easy and powerful way to do that. You can also get a killer deal and support the channel at the same time by using the offer code TLD10 at checkout. That'll get you a free trial, no credit card required, and 10% off your entire order if you use it and decide to keep it. That will all be linked down below. Aside from that, again, thank you guys very much for watching. The full review is coming very soon, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys have any questions or need buying advice answered on these new MacBook Pros, definitely drop me a line down below. I do my best to reply to as many YouTube comments as possible, but it does get a little bit messy, so the absolute best way to get a hold of me is on Twitter at TLDtoday. I'm pretty much on there all the time, so you'll more than likely get a reply. Now, if Twitter is not your thing, I also have Facebook and Google Plus links down below, along with the gear that I use to make these videos. Again, this is Jonathan with TLD, and I will see you guys later.